Hello and welcome to this video in which I will be giving an overview of the adult program for our teaching centres here in Egypt. Essentially, our adult program can be divided into three parts. Okay, we've got the regular classes, which run in 5-week terms and which consist of up to 20 students per class. There is also access to Edmodo, the online learning platform, which has moderated groups hosting activities and hosting discussions between students. This is something that we offer as part of the program. And at the moment, we have about 25% student uptake, but we're hoping for more and more and more. Lastly, we've got the extra practice sessions. These are free 1-hour sessions, which are divided into the different levels. Okay, most of our students drop into these, although they should be booking through the centre. Now, for each level, there's 2 or 3 which they're eligible for. Okay, some of them are grammar, some are skills, some are specific to goals, such as the IELTS. We do mini IELTS sessions, focusing on exam technique as well, just to supplement their normal classes. Now we'll start with looking at the general English classes. They get 2 lessons a week of 2.5 hours per lesson, with a 15-minute break at some point in this. Okay, so that's over 5 weeks, that totals 25 hours. But as you can see here, each level, as it were, so if you look at elementary and pre-intermediate, etc., each level is divided into 4. So a student at the very, very beginning of their English education will start off in elementary 1, say. They will do 25 hours in elementary 1, and then they will proceed to elementary 2. At the end of bands, so this is elementary 4, pre-intermediate 4, intermediate 4, and so on, there is an end of band test which focuses on grammar. So there is a reading and a listening component with a closed reading. The pre-elementary class is only offered in Aguza. As you can see, that's just one entity. So it's not modular, but it's one entity, and this is only offered in the Aguza Teaching Centre. The pre-advanced and advanced sections are modular. This means that the students don't have to take them in the order. So, for example, they might do pre-advanced 4 before they do pre-advanced 1, in some teaching centres at least. Okay, and the same for the advanced. So the elementary and the pre-intermediate courses, we use face-to-face at the relevant level. For intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced, students have to buy the Cutting Edge series, again at the appropriate level. And at pre-advanced, they buy Speak Out Advanced. Okay, so each of these levels is for 25 hours. That means if they want to proceed from elementary 1 to elementary 4, that gives them 100 hours of formal language training. Now, we also set homework for them to do at home. So all of the course books that they have come with a workbook, which you can use, or you can use other worksheets, etc. Okay. Each course, so elementary 1, 2, 3, and 4, have continuous tasks. So for reading, listening, and writing, they do have to complete an assessment. It's not so formal, but again, it's to help give an indication for them of what progress they are making. And this is reflected in a grade that they get on their certificate at the end of each level. So students can fail, even at elementary 1, say, they can be referred where they need to either resit the level or pay for a placement test, which then might show that they have actually attained the level. Each level, so elementary 1, 2, 3, 4, has its own document, which we call the Sense of Progress document. And the students receive one, and there's one also for the teachers. In the students' version, it has this information here. It's got point by point what they should expect to study and learn in each level. This is based upon the Common European Framework, as well as a series of can-do statements. There should also be on there the Edmodo code and the extra practice sessions which they are eligible for on the document. The teacher's version is a lot more in-depth. I've gone into that on a separate video. But essentially, this has a breakdown of each level, what they should be covering in each class. So the 10 classes with supplementary materials and coursebook pages provided. So these are actually invaluable, both for them and for the teacher in terms of organizing your curriculum for the course. So as for other courses that we offer, we have conversation from pre-intermediate, intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced. Okay, so many of our students want to focus on speaking and listening, for which this is better suited for them. Now, they only take one lesson per week over the 5-week term, so that's 12.5 hours for these. So many students will also need to do a lot of practice at home. Again, a lot of this is provided through Edmodo, so they want to focus on in these classes is fluency, pronunciation, and they might gain some vocabulary along the way. And we also offer an academic writing class, which follows the similar structure to the general English. So 25 hours, obviously focused on writing essays, reports, and other things that students may expect to be required at an academic institution, such as a university. One of the most popular reasons for studying English here in Egypt is with the aim of completing the IELTS exam, usually with a band score of somewhere between 5 and 7.5 is their ultimate objective. So for this, we run two types of exam preparation course specifically for the IELTS. There is a 25-hour extensive course. So this follows the similar schedule to the general English, 2 classes a week over 5 weeks. But the 20-hour intensive course, the classes are 5 hours long and there's only 4 of these. So it takes 2 weeks to complete the intensive course. So there'll be one batch over in 2 weeks, and then a second batch, which will also finish in 2 weeks. So they get 20 hours here, so the time pressure is a bit more. Because the objective of most students is to get above a band 5, and probably around a band 6.5 is the most common, they must have been placed or have attained the level through progressing through the different bands to the level of intermediate 3. This is so that their expectations of what they will receive in the classroom are best met, and that they can hopefully achieve the progress that they actually intend to. So for some students, it might be necessary on the IELTS to refer them to a general English course. So as discussed, they do also get access to Edmodo, which you are watching this video through. This is moderated, so for an average teacher, you don't need to post anything per se, but many teachers choose to do so because their students find it useful. Yeah, and it gives you an opportunity to give almost like delayed feedback through this. I personally use it as well to collect speaking samples, writing samples, so I can give them all individualized feedback, which they find invaluable. So you can see here at Elementary 2, this is based on the sense of progress document. Today, this is what they should have studied. So there's further activities for them online, which are then checked by a teacher. I hope this has been useful for you. If you have any questions, please comment below and I will respond as soon as possible.